So you're in tech, or maybe you're just trying to break in. You've definitely heard the name Python thrown around for years. But there's this nagging question, right? Has its moment passed? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
I mean, let's be honest. With new languages and frameworks popping up what feels like every single week, it's a totally fair question. Is Python still the king of the hill, or is all that hype finally starting to fade? And this isn't just some academic debate. For a lot of us, this is a huge career decision.
Now, we're not going to answer this with gut feelings or what's trendy on Twitter. Nope. We went straight to the source, the actual job market. We dug through the data from over 50,000 recent tech job postings to get the real, no-fluff answer.
And the data doesn't just whisper, it shouts. The answer is a massive, unambiguous yes. Python isn't just getting by, it's absolutely crushing it. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's walk through the evidence, piece by piece.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about what really matters. Jobs and money. Because, a programming language is only as good as the opportunities it opens up. And in this department, Python is a straight-up behemoth.
Just look at this number. Over 650,000 job offers needing Python skills in just about 18 months. That is not a typo. We're not talking about some niche skill here. This is a foundational requirement across the entire industry. The only thing ahead of it is JavaScript, which basically runs the web. The sheer scale of this is mind-boggling.
And it's not just companies looking for Python developers. It's what developers themselves are choosing to use. The TIOBE Index, which is a huge industry benchmark, consistently puts Python at #1. And it's not even a close fight. It's more than double its closest competitor. That's what you call total market leadership.
Okay, now this is where things get really exciting. The demand is huge, sure, but the value of that demand is skyrocketing. A 10% salary bump year after year, that's the market sending a massive signal. It's saying, we don't just want Python skills, we will pay top dollar for them, and that price is going up.
So what does that look like in actual dollars and cents? Well, here you go. You can start your career knocking on the door of 6 figures. And then once you specialize, especially in a white-hot field like machine learning, you can blow past $200,000 a year. The path for growth here is not just clear, it's incredibly profitable.
All right, so the present looks great, but what about the future? Well, if the job market is the first pillar holding Python up, the AI revolution is the second, even bigger pillar. And in the world of AI, Python isn't just another language. It is the language, period. Just get a load of this chart. 72%. Nearly 3 out of every 4 jobs in AI and machine learning flat out require Python. Let that sink in for a second. If you want to build a career in what is arguably the most important, fastest-moving field in technology, learning Python isn't a suggestion. It's the price of entry.
And don't think for a second this is just some short-term fad. We're talking about official projections here. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is forecasting a staggering 22% growth in these jobs by 2030. So learning Python isn't just about getting a job next year. It's about setting yourself up for the entire next decade.
So, why? Why is it so dominant?
Well, when you look at what these jobs are asking for, you see Python right there next to the big concepts and the heavy-hitting frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow. Guess what? Those tools, the very engines of the AI revolution, were built for Python. It's the connective tissue holding the entire AI ecosystem together. Okay, so we've established it's a must-have for developers. But here's the kicker, the insight that I think most people completely miss. Python's power now stretches way, way beyond people who write code for a living.
Think about being a product manager, or a data analyst, or even a technical writer. In the tech world of 2025, knowing even a little bit of Python is like having a superpower. Suddenly, you can talk to your engineering team on their level. You can pull and analyze your own data. You just get the product you're working on in a way your competition doesn't. It is a massive career accelerator.
All right, let's be real. No language is perfect. And to give you the whole story, we have to talk about Python's weak spots. Because understanding where it doesn't shine is actually key to understanding why it's so brilliant at what it does.
So, if you put Python in a cage match with a performance beast like C++, yeah, it's going to be slower. It just is. And because of this thing called the Global Interpreter Lock, the GIL, it's not great at doing many things at once on a modern computer chip. For stuff that needs raw, blistering speed, like building a video game engine, Python is usually not the right tool for the job. But, and this is the million-dollar insight, here's why that usually doesn't matter for AI or data science. All the really hard work, the intense math, the number crunching,
That's not actually being done by Python. It's done by these amazing libraries like TensorFlow and NumPy, which are secretly written in super fast C code. Python is just the friendly, easy-to-use remote control. You get the simplicity of Python with the raw power of C. It's the best of both worlds. Okay, so you get the why. The case is pretty strong. Now you're probably asking, great, so what do I actually do? How do I learn this stuff the right way? You need a strategy. Here's your game plan, broken down into 3 simple steps. First, don't just learn Python. That's too vague. Pick a lane, a high-demand one, like AI, data science, or web development. Second, remember Python doesn't live on an island. You need its friends, SQL for databases, Git for managing code, and a cloud service like AWS. And third, probably the most important step, build stuff. Build real projects. A portfolio showing what you can do is worth 1,000 certificates.
So let's just recap. The verdict from all the data is in. We've seen the unbelievable job demand, we've seen the salaries shooting through the roof, we've seen its complete and total dominance in the AI boom. We've even seen how it's becoming a secret weapon for non-coders. The conclusion is inescapable. Python is absolutely thriving.
And you know what? You wouldn't be alone. Over 18 million developers around the world have already made this bet. When you decide to learn Python, you're not just picking up a skill. You're joining one of the biggest, most active, and most supportive communities in all of technology.
So look, the data speaks for itself. The path forward is clear. Choosing to learn Python in 2025 is one of the smartest, most strategic career moves you can possibly make. The evidence is just overwhelming. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What are you going to build?